not going to have a non-alcoholic wine.
No,
I'm
no.
not going to have a non-alcoholic martini. But a non-alcoholic beer, the Athletic Brewing Company changed the game, in my opinion.
There's another great company called Groovy, Gruvi, and they're based out of Colorado. They're also a great alcohol-free beer. Interestingly, 11% of all Heineken sales 2 years ago were from Heineken Zeros. 11% of all Heineken sales were their 0% beer. That is incredible. There is a cultural shift going on now where people are increasingly turning their back on alcohol and choosing alcohol-free alternatives. And if you are a beer drinker and you genuinely like the taste, there are plenty of alcohol-free beers out there. And you don't have to experience the hangover. You don't have to consume the toxins. You can just relax, have fun, being alcohol-free. The other thing is there seems to be a negative connotation with the term sobriety or being sober. And there's a lot of gray area drinkers out there, millions of them, who probably would think that they're not so bad that they need to go to AA or rehab, but they know that their drinking is compromising their quality of life. So I would
That's
submit,
me.
Yeah,
I think.
got it. So instead of calling yourself sober or you're a year sober or you're practicing sobriety, which has a negative connotation, I would suggest, just say, I'm alcohol-free. I'm choosing alcohol-free. I'm loving the energy I'm getting, the clarity, the focus, and own it. It doesn't matter what you say to people. It more matters how you say it. And if you're confident and you're lighthearted and you're having fun while choosing to drink alcohol-free beers, then everyone can relax and have a good time, especially you.
I think saying alcohol-free for me is almost too technical. Like for me, it's just like I am 50 and I can't handle feeling like shit anymore. Just the brain fog and the pulling yourself up, like when it's not cute, right? Like what's next? 60, then 70, then you look like an old wrinkled ashtray and you look terrible, and then you make bad food decisions and all that. But how bad is alcohol for you?
There was a study out of the UK in 2022 of 35,000 middle-aged adults, and it showed that even one seemingly innocent drink per day, which is just 7 standard drinks a week, was enough to cause some level of grey and white matter degeneration in the brain. Now that should be a wake-up call for everyone. The other thing is
it's amazing I have any left. Just from years from college, and I took 2 months off this summer.
How did you feel?
June and July. Felt great, but I have to be honest with you. At the end of it, I was going out to dinner with my college buddies, and it was like literally 2 months to the day. And I was like, yeah, I'm tired of this. I'm having a cocktail. And then I had 2.
Well, you're associating drinking a cocktail with pleasure and fun and enjoyment. And you're also associating not drinking with possibly pain or not having as good a time. But what I'm suggesting is, why don't you go out and spend time with your old college buddies and not drink alcohol, choose alcohol-free alternatives, and have an equally good time, or if not better. It's just an energy that you bring to it. And if you confidently share with your buddies, hey, I'm alcohol-free, I'm not drinking, I'm just health conscious at the moment, I've been doing this 6 months. Even if they're drinking, you guys can still have a wonderful, amazing time. But most people associate not drinking with being dull or boring or somehow being a killjoy, but that's not the case. It's just if you own your choice to be alcohol-free and you have an amazing time, then everyone has an amazing time.
Okay, your new book, Clear, you've got a method. What would you do from what I've told you? And I think I've just been totally honest. You know, I don't think I'm an alcoholic. I do think it's just become kind of a crutch and kind of a thing I just do. But I can definitely like not have a drink, you know, on a Monday, Tuesday night at my house, you know. I don't really drink much at home, but I'm single, so I'm out at the golf club or whatever. And when I'm there, oh my God, they flow like you wouldn't believe. So, you know, what's your diagnosis and what is the method to like doing it?
Yeah, so we help mostly high achievers, executives, CEOs,
That's
physicians.
me, baby. I am a big time guy.
We help those folks to stop drinking alcohol for at least 90 days. And in that process, we help you to rewire your mindset around alcohol. So we show you how to stop worshiping at the altar of alcohol and instead worship at the altar of a great night's sleep, conscious communication, sunlight in the morning, exercise, good nutrition, and enjoying being alcohol free, as opposed to thinking that you are in a prison from not drinking. And most people think that when they are not drinking, they're in a prison and therefore they're stuck. But if you switch it to the prison is actually consuming the attractively packaged poison, and the joy and the fun is choosing to be alcohol free, then it becomes very simple to stay quit from alcohol.
I know my producers in here. We got Rob, we got Steve. We got Rob is a guy that has he thinks, well, I don't drink during the week much, but on Friday I'm gonna have when I go to sushi, I have to have sake with the beer, and then of course Saturday I'm going out. But if I just drink tequila with ice, it's much better because the ice hydrates, and I drink water in between. Everybody's got a method. Everybody's got a way of rationalizing, like, oh no, this is how it works, and he does it. This 2 days on, 5 days off is better than, a drink every night and then a lot of drinks on the weekend like you were doing back in the day.
Yeah. The
right?
Tequila is actually the least bad alcohol for you.
Oh, you're giving me an out. I love that. You're giving me an off-ramp. I like this.
But would you like to guess what are the two worst different drinks that you can have that have the most toxins and therefore do the most damage?
Vodka.
No.
No, vodka's not the worst?
No.
Rum.
Nope.
So much sugar.
This is going to be heartbreaking for millions of people all around the world. Beer and red wine are equally bad and the worst.
Beer and red wine are the worst of all the alcohols?
Beer and red wine are the worst of all the alcohols based on the amount of toxins that are in them. So, of course, you need to drink a much greater quantity of beer to get drunk and to cause all of these problems. But in terms of...
And then there's a greater quantity of you.
Yeah, that's right.
It's very fattening.
That's right. In terms of toxins, red wine and beer are equally bad and the worst, whereas tequila is actually the least bad for you. Now, if you drink a lot of tequila, obviously now that's going to be the worst thing for you. But if you're drinking it modestly, then that is certainly the cleanest alcohol you can have from a toxins point of view. But this is not an invitation to go out there and go, great, now I'm going to switch to tequila, because any amount of alcohol still has been shown to cause some level of brain degeneration.
All right, if you're just joining us, this is James Swanwick, and he is... we were put together by the cosmos. Folks, do you believe in the universe? Do you believe in the Lord and God and whatever your belief is? I found him, or he found me, just from stuff I was searching. The algorithm, had us collide. And then I put it aside and I kept living my life. And I would say every morning I didn't, when I didn't have a cocktail, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I go 3 days in a row. I am literally feeling so great on a Thursday. And I'm like, this feels great. Why I can't bottle that up? There is a switch, James, after I have 3 days of not a drop, that it's almost like, go, get a cocktail immediately. It's a reward, and undo everything you've done.
You're associating alcohol as the reward, as opposed to alcohol-free living as the reward. The reward is waking up feeling energized, feeling a life of appreciation instead of expectation. It's having the energy to come to work each day and just crush it creatively.
Stop procrastinating. The big thing that when you have a hangover, or you're not feeling so good, brain fog, you put things off that are that thing on your list you don't want to do. Yeah,
drinking causes you to procrastinate and kick the can down the road. And years can go by. It's death like 1,000 cuts. It's not necessarily like a rock bottom moment that you have, but cumulatively over years and decades, suddenly you find yourself in your 50s and 60s and you're carrying 30 extra pounds, you're irritable, maybe you've got marital strain, you might not be as present with your children, you start lamenting the choices that you've made. Whereas when you're consistently alcohol-free, you make good choices. You've got clarity, you've got focus, you've got energy. You can surge creatively in your business or in your career.
Rob, what do you think? You said to me, literally, you have a plan. You're going out Friday night. You're having sake, but you're already planning your drinks for Friday and Saturday. You have a drinking problem, Rob. I'm going to say it.
I have a question. So let's say I have a light beer at the sushi restaurant, some sake, and I eat some sushi. Now, in the next morning, I get up and I work out like crazy. How much does the workout help you after you've had a night of drinking? And that's not a huge night of drinking. I don't do huge nights of drinking. But I'm just saying, you have 2 drinks a night, 4 drinks for the whole week, and you work out 4 or 5 days a week. Does it equal out?
He wants a pass. He wants you to say, you're okay, keep going the way you're going.
It's fantastic that you're working out consistently. That is amazing. However, the 2 or 3 drinks you're having the night before are definitely compromising whatever your goals are with your health. If you're looking for muscle gain, 1 drink can probably eat into 20% of that workout. So you're there busting your gut trying to lift heavy, and because you had a drink or 2 the night before, your muscles aren't going to repair as well. It's going to take you more time, more effort to get the same results than if you were alcohol free. So